Well, obviously same scoreline as the weekend.
Yeah.
You weren't too happy with the performance at the weekend. What did you feel about tonight?
No, we weren't happy with that. Again, to be honest, I think we were second best. I think I'll always be honest with you. I thought we were second best all over the pitch. To be honest, we didn't get to the pace of the game. Once we stopped them playing out a little bit, and then the game became about picking up first balls, second balls. But we didn't. We lost the middle of the pitch. I think tonight, I spoke to the lads about it there. We weren't aggressive enough in the challenges. When we did have the ball, we were wasteful with it. So even if you're getting on the ball and you're giving it away when it's your time to play, you're not giving yourself a chance to grow into the game. And I think they were better at that than us tonight. And I think we always have to be honest with ourselves as well. But we know some of the reasons for that. We now need to try and get players back fit. We need to get some more 90 minutes into people because we're lacking game time in quite a few lads. And we struggled tonight to try and impact it from the bench, which is something you're always trying to do as a manager. How can you change it? When you're looking around at the bench and thinking, how can I change this now with what I've got on the bench, which is very difficult to do. So we changed it obviously after the goal. We had a little bit of a go after that, but that game was just about running hard again. These games don't change in any game of football. Running hard, competing, looking after the football when you've got it, and we've got to improve on that. We know we need to improve on that. We have to go away now, like I said, get these players back, get some continuity and consistency with the team in selection. That allows us then to try and get a foothold in these games. Because the last two games we've looked short in terms of running power, but I think that goes a lot to do with some of the fitness. I think we've got 5 or 6 in the team at the moment who've had good lots of 90 minutes. Apart from that, then we're getting into 3 lots of 90 minutes. So I think there's still players still catching up, but I still think this group, when it's all back together, is more than capable than getting going. So that's our progress, and we need to make sure we're on that now.
Few shots on target. Second half, though, they were getting more shots on target. Obviously, Joe Murphy called into action on a few occasions, wasn't he?
Yes, it was. Again, it was too easy to get through us, to get through us and get shots, and that's not really been us recently. Even against Newport the other day, it wasn't that, but it was too easy tonight to cut through our midfield and get shots. Joe's made a couple of saves, and you could feel it. You could feel it, and like I said, you're looking to change it from the side, but you're trying to affect the group that are on there as well. But we didn't do enough.
I suppose you look at the two sides. They've got Johnson up front, and you're missing James Vaughan to lead your attack, sort of thing. So in a sense, that's where the game swings. Yeah,
I can see that. But there's 3 players up there. They're good players. They've never played together. That's the first time they played together tonight. The 3 up there. Young Sam's had to come in tonight. He's trained 1 session with us yesterday. Fiends is coming back from injury. Kane's still trying to catch up. So they're lacking that fluidity that they need. So that's our priority now. Is we know what we need to do. We know we need to get these players back on the training ground, regroup, get everyone back, and then we focus on then getting that team going again.
So you've had one loanee make his debut tonight, Sam Smith. Jack Young did at the weekend. Jack missing tonight.
It just seems at the moment when we get 1 or 2 back, 1 or 2 go, he's got tonsillitis, bad tonsillitis. They thought it might be a COVID, but it's not. He's okay. But it's a bad one, so he was wiped out for that. So obviously that affected us as well. With Paul being suspended, Big Manny as well. With he's had his knee been grumbling for a little bit, so he wasn't available. So it seems a little bit 1 step forward, 2 back at the moment. But listen, I think there's clubs around the country and things are happening to them. It's just our turn. It's a bit of bad luck, but we can't complain. We just got to get on with it. We've got to stick together and go again.
And Scott Davis on the bench tonight. Is Scott just almost there or not quite, or is Joe in?
No. Scott only came back and trained yesterday. That was his first day back training. So it was he trained yesterday. Didn't feel anywhere near because obviously he's been in the house for 14 days. So that was just a call. Joe was fine.
Yeah, and I mentioned James Vaughan. Is James any close to the weekend now? We get 1 or 2 back.
Yeah, he could be. Hopefully he'll be back with us on Thursday. But again, he's not been able to do anything for 14 days. Yeah. So this is the problem you have. They can't even go out and train. They can't run. you can't do anything.
And you mentioned the importance of getting the squad back, as you see it, with the competition. As I say, you look at the bench tonight and you're looking for impact players, they're not there. But you're not going to have sort of like a pre-season, you have to do all this now while there's midweek games coming in the rest of it. So it doesn't make that easy for you, Mike.
No, it doesn't make it easy, but you have to find a way. We had to find a way tonight of getting something out of that game with what was happening, and we didn't do that. So that's our job. We have to find a way with what we're dealt with in the situation, and we do the best we can with it, and we will definitely we'll attack it. We won't complain about it. I'm not that sort of person to blame stuff. I'm just making sure everyone knows where we're at. But it's simple. We just need to attack the situation now.
I don't know whether you think it's fair to say, but the Newport game, tonight's game, I mean, they're typical League Two games, the way that those sides play, you've got to find a way of making sure that you win those matches as well.
I totally agree. You've got to find a way of winning or getting some sort of result out of it when things are going against you a little bit in terms of selection and things. You've got to find something deep down inside yourself to go again. And that's the first Newport, obviously with the sending off the other day that affected it. That's the first time tonight I've seen us look like that, which was disappointing. There was a lack of oomph for me in that, but that's something that we need to address, and we will do.
Missing the crowd, I suppose, sometimes in those sort of circumstances as well. I mean, I suppose every side would say that. We're not playing with our home crowd, but we know what it's like here. You are missing them, certainly, in games.
Of course you are. You're going to miss a crowd like that, because obviously when you're playing at home and the crowd give you the lift. I think a lot of teams are now getting results away from home. So, but they're not going to be in. I don't think they're going to be in for the foreseeable future. So it's something we need to attack and deal with, definitely.
Obviously, you do find out things out about your players in these sort of circumstances as well. But I presume yourself as well. You're having to dig deep as well to find different qualities, perhaps that you didn't think you were going to need to have. Yeah,
it's been challenging. It has been challenging, but I know what I'm like as a person. I know the qualities I have. They haven't changed. My values haven't changed, and anything and what I believe in. That's me. That's me as a character. So that won't change. With regarding the players tonight, they just looked short for me in minutes and sharpness. Some of them, which can then unbalance you in terms of because there was a lot of running. You have to run. You have to have the running power in that game tonight, and we didn't stick with that tonight.
It's a little bit disappointing after that comeback at Salford, that spring and that drive was there, that it just seems to have gone and disappeared again from
it's disappointing. You're disappointed with any game that you lose, and you're always first person you look at yourself. Have you done everything right? Then you're looking at your preparation. Then obviously you're looking at the players, but I'm totally with these players. I know they're capable of more. I know there's more in that. They've showed that before, so I expect them to show that again. There's characters in there that'll fight back, and that's the way we'll be.
And the pressure's on the squad now to try and get that victory again on the weekend against Southend. Now you need to start pushing on again. Don't you?
Yes, definitely. There's always pressure in football. There always will be. That's the business that we're in. So we have to, as a group now, management team, coaching staff, players, we have to come together and make sure we're ready to attack Saturday.
When you have a poor result like that, you haven't really got much time to think about the next game. You can't really. The players haven't. The players haven't got much time to feel sorry for themselves.
Yeah.
What are they saying after the game in the changing room to each other?
They're disappointed. They are. They're disappointed. They know. I won't name names. Some of them have said that's my fault. I was miles away. They're honest guys. They've said that. I won't tell you the names who they are. They know that they didn't hit the levels, and we know if we don't hit the levels consistently, and you need everybody hitting them, then you're not going to get results. This league's, any football, it's not going to give you results. You've got to work hard for them. You've got to do the right things. You've got to look after the football. You've got to fight for everything that you do. You've got to graft for everything that you do. And this, like I said, up to now, this team's done that. It has done that. It's had to come through things all the way through the season. But we're just lacking that sharpness and match minutes in some of them guys at the moment, and it's affected them.
Yeah, I was speaking to some of the guys in the press box from Leyton Orient. They asked me, is this Tranmere team short, full strength, and we know there's personnel missing, but there's a lot of quality on the pitch, isn't there? There's no doubt in that. No,
I agree. There is quality on the pitch, definitely. But I think what comes with that, you need that fitness. you can have quality, but you need that match minutes and that sharpness to bring that quality out. Because in these games you have to go through, you don't just get the chance to start playing straight away. You've got to run hard, you've got to graft, you've got to be working up and down the pitch. That game tonight, get back in, run forward, and then your quality comes out in that as the game goes on. But these lads, I think, are struggling a little bit with that fitness side at the moment, because they're just sheer lack of coming in and out of the team and match minutes.
And of course you've got Feeney and Woolery. Woolery, of course, who I pointed out, noticed did very well defensively from corners tonight as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, two attacking players trying to find the fitness. What's the situation with the other absentees, such as Corey and Morgan? Are they any?
They have got hamstring injuries. Corey's got a little bit of a problem with his heart thing that he's just having a little look at. Just nothing to worry about. He's just got to check on it. But everything's trying to get them back fit. They've been down to St George's for a couple of weeks each of them. Morgan's down there now, so they're getting the best treatment that they can. So we're trying to get as many players back in the squad as we can to help us push on.
Just on Corey then, has he got a hamstring issue as well as the heart? Or?
His hamstrings just started to heal up, and he's just had a little bit of a problem. It's just it's nothing to worry about. He's just had a bad test on it. Anything to do with your heart in regards of had a bit of a palpitation thing, you've got to check it. You've got to go right through it. That's the way it's done. So he's not in any danger or anything like that. It's a procedure you have to do if you complain that you've got something like that. So he's had to have he's got some monitor on him for the next few days at home, and fingers crossed everything will be okay.
Another home game on Saturday then, so not too much time to think about this one, and a good opportunity to turn it around quickly.
Yes, you haven't got time to dwell. You always try and learn from what's happened, and try and take some sort of positive out of it and some sort of building block into the next game. So we know now, I've just said to the guys now, you haven't got time to dwell. You need to make sure now you refocus. We get in on Thursday, we regroup, and we go again on Saturday.